Men här och nu ska vi träffa Gilbert och George som ibland beskrivs som konstvärldens mest ikoniska duo. De har jobbat och levt ihop i över 50 år. De är två personer som ser sig som en konstnär. Anders Philblad träffade dem när de förberedde sina stora och ibland provocerande utställningar nu på Moderna muséet i Stockholm. Och det blev ett möte som Anders aldrig kommer att glömma.
We believe in great guiding hands. We believe in the force. And the great guiding hand is your childhood, the books your parents read, the music your grandparents did or did not sing or dance to, the force of your heritage. That's the guiding hand. And we believe very much in that. I'm sure we were destined to meet and destined to be artists. We knew we wanted an art that wasn't formalistic, because all of our contemporaries, teachers and students, believed in a formal art which was to do with colour and shape and angle and line. And we wanted one that would deal with death,
hope,
life,
fear,
sex,
money,
race,
religion,
shitty,
naked,
human,
world,
and all of the things that lie inside people wherever they are in the world. Whatever their educational background, whatever their religious beliefs, we still could have an art that would address people, speak to people.
Do you want people to get shocked when they see your art?
No, we didn't believe in shock in that way, and the general public are never shocked. I think the media are very interested in that. I think we want to create an art that will provide the opportunity for change within the viewer. We believe that people will see this exhibition and going away being a little bit different. It's like if you read a book and you want to tell a friend about it. You can't recite the whole book, but you can tell your friend what part of you inside is different because you read it. The power of culture is very, very underrated. We are free and safe in the Western world because of culture, not because of the policeman, not because of the vicar.
And television is shocking, not our art. Television is shocking. What you see, what people do to each other this day in the name of God, in the name of other stuff. That is much more shocking than our trying to create a more complex world. We are trying to do many layers of thought. No? You are able to have layers of understanding that are bigger than just one way only.
We believe that every one of our pictures is a visual love letter from us to the viewer.
How important is it with success for two of you?
Oh, very important. We always had the intention to win and be loved. Like everyone in the world wants to win and be loved. So far so good, but we are still working on it.
And it's quite interesting because when we started out at the beginning, they all used to say to us, oh, very interesting, but it will never last. But it did.
It didn't last for them.
But it lasted for us.
I'm thinking about the way you find inspiration. I read somewhere that you once went into this shop and you found an old gramophone record that somehow inspired you and talked to you. How was that?
That was one of the magic moments when we realized that content in art is the most important thing. Content in the book, content in the music, that it wasn't just to be a form. And the record that we found in the old shop was Underneath the Arches. And we knew what that meant because we lived in the East End surrounded by thousands and thousands of tramps, people damaged by the First World War, elderly gentlemen, many people damaged by the Second World War, living in big hostels, the Salvation Army hostels, Christian hostels, and many people damaged by the sex laws pre-1967. And they were living underneath the arches. And we bought the record because of the title. We took it back to the East End and we found a friend who had a wind-up machine to play it. And we were amazed by the words, and we're still amazed. It just said very simply, the Ritz I never sigh for, the Carlton they can keep. There's only one place that I know, and that is where I sleep. Underneath the arches, I dream my dreams away. Underneath the arches, on cobblestones we lay. Every night you'll find me, tired out and warm, happy when the daylight comes creeping heralding the dawn, sleeping when it's raining, and sleeping when it's fine. La-di-di-di-di-da-da-da-da-da. Pavement is my pillow, no matter where we stray. Underneath the arches, I dream my dreams away. And then we had it. We had a content, a life force. And we've believed in that ever since. So many artists were creating an art that eliminated 97% of the world's population. They were willfully obscure. They felt superior that it wasn't understood. We go in the opposite direction. We want to be able to speak to people.
It's fantastic to sit here because what you now did was a piece of art, I guess.
We believe that.
How design that kind of art?
That's the singing sculpture. That was our great introduction to the world of art.
When you met, it was the same year, 1967, it was the same year that homosexuality actually was
decriminalization,
allowed. Yeah. So, wasn't that like God's hand that you met that year?
Maybe. I mean, it was very important for us to realize that all of those, probably 60% of the people who were in hostels damaged was because of the sex laws. Because up until 1967, the police would say to someone who committed some minor sexual, they would say, if you're not here tomorrow morning, we can't charge you. And that person would have to pack a small case, wouldn't be able to explain to family or friends, and leave. And of course, you gravitate towards capital cities, and you become totally brain damaged. Yeah.
But that is not finished yet. There's only a little Europe and a little North America. The rest is all a big problem still.
We always remind people that as we speak now, there are people lying on the floor of unfurnished prison cells awaiting execution in many countries just for having sex. And that's not only the fault of those countries, it's also our fault. We are part of that. We're all responsible.
In what ways?
If we behaved in a better way, that those countries would realize they're being bad and stupid and wicked. We could affect that by our behavior. We have to be more conscious of that unfairness and that cruelty. We can cure it if we want.
That's why we believe very much in the force of culture, of art, books, films, novels, all that. They're all part of behaving different. Not like we don't believe in like the Bible is written in stone. We believe in a morality that can change, that we can become more sophisticated, that we are able to accept more. And I think that it really is part of culture, the most important thing. And we do believe that the world today is extraordinary. And these are all the streets of East London, where we live. We did a big group of pictures, and we are like some, medieval knights. No?
Or ghosts.
Ghosts. No?
They're all the street names that have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 letters in.
I see the words life and death everywhere. Is that something you think a lot about?
Everybody's thinking about that all the time. It's part of everyone's daily existence.
Yeah.
There are companies to look after funerals in every small town.
Are you scared of dying?
No. We're keen on staying alive. We
are not eating yogurt.
All of our young friends are eating yogurt and are determined to be very healthy and go to gyms and live forever. And we say, great, but what about a little enterprise? What about a bit of achievement as well?
Yogurt is not enough. But we are excited because we cannot stand still for one single second. We are bored stiff if there is nothing going on for us. That's why we never go on holiday.
So you never go on holiday?
No, we're not middle class.